times real, that's why my name's Trill. Three times real, that's why my name's Trill.
Hey, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up, put your hands up, shout out.
3 times real, that's why my name's Trill. Three times real, that's why my name's Trill.
Hey, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up, put your hands up, now I hop on the scene with some banging dope beats with a top notch.
All right. The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by John Fury. So John Fury had some interesting comments to make about the Undisputed fight with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua not taking place, and here's what he had to say.
Live, and while I'm fit and able, I want to do the best I can for Tommy and Tyson. But Tyson, obviously, he's in a different league now. 20,000 yes men around him. You know, this is what happens when you get to the top. There's a lot of leeches out there, a lot of hangers on. As you can see what's happening in America with him. Appalling work, to be honest with you, but that's just my opinion, but I'm straightforward. But that's Tyson's business. He's over 21. It's up to him.
When you say Paulie, you're talking about the whole thing where, you know, he was going to fight AJ and then the last minute suddenly he's fighting Deontay
It's
Wilder.
diabolical, isn't it? You know, you're geared up to fight one man, and all of a sudden, on the 11th hour, it's all sorted in 24 hours. He's signing contracts in the hall of a boxing venue. You know, they're around him like the locust. You know, and I think to myself, you know, how can you think straight with all that around you? It's, for mine, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. We can blame his team, can't he? No one else. Anything rushed is no good, and that's been rushed. He was fighting AJ. I wanted to fight AJ. I have no interest in Deontay Wilder. So why has he got to fight Wilder? I told him on a phone conversation, chuck the belt in the bin, let him have it, come back and fight AJ on the 14th of August like was planned. But who am I? I'm nobody, unfortunately. I boasted only a certain amount of people here. And because you don't drive a Rolls Royce, live in a castle, it falls on deaf ears, doesn't it? You can be idiot. You can be an idiot and an imbecile and come out of a big setup and they listen to you, don't they?
Yeah. I mean,
that's unfortunately the case.
And then you got the detractors, well, like AJ's camp claiming that they never wanted, Tyson never wanted it in the first place.
Rubbish. I'm just concerned whether Tyson can raise his game for Wilder. Whether he gets complacent, makes a mistake, you know, but I don't know. He's got a chance of going wrong out there because I don't like how it's been handled. It's been badly handled, you know, and that's just my opinion. No one else's. Tyson knows what he's doing. But I said, get back on a plane. Let's have a look at the situation properly. Let's assess it. But, you know, there's no bright lights and glitz here, is there? Withenshaw. What would you do? Want to be in Vegas or Withenshaw?
Well,
but let me
All right. So that video appears courtesy of BT Sports. All right. So, Trill Dollar Bill, what was your reaction to what John Fury, Tyson Fury's dad, had to say about the whole situation?
I wanted to fight too. I don't know. I'm not looking too much into it with these guys. They all saying stuff. I'm done. I just want to see these guys in the ring. I'm not listening to these guys and their drama show and what they're trying to do. It's probably a never mind thing. Probably called them, Dad, say this. I don't know. I'm not playing the games with them. I see y'all when y'all get in the ring. That's how I feel. I see y'all when y'all get in the ring. Y'all made me mad. I was anticipating Undisputed. It didn't happen. I see you when y'all get in the ring. I don't know what y'all doing over there.
All right, G.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I actually agree with John Fury. And to me, what he sounds like is a father who cares for his son's well-being. You know, it's odd. You know, you are preparing for an Anthony Joshua fight, then out of nowhere, you know, now you have to fight Deontay Wilder. You know, you don't know how that plays on Tyson Fury's psyche. We know that Tyson Fury's been battling mental health and other things, and you know, from what I've seen from Tyson Fury these past couple of like weeks or months, I don't know, man. He just seems like he's not worried about Deontay Wilder at all. That could backfire. And so John Fury is just like, yo, what's going on here, man? Like, get focused. Like, I actually agree with John Fury. Hey, come back to Ireland. Let's just talk about this. Let's see, like, where your mind's at. You know what I mean? Let's make sure that you're prepared for this Wilder fight, you know, because this whole time you've been preparing for AJ. They're two different fighters. So I can't get mad at him for that. But at the same time, this is the same John Fury that told Tyson Fury not to fight Wilder in the rematch. So, and Tyson Fury destroyed Wilder in the rematch. So, you got to take John Fury's words, with a grain of salt. So, but nonetheless, I understand what he's saying. And that would be a concern for me as well with my son.
Correction.
Mm-hmm.
He said not to take the fight with Deontay Wilder, the first fight. In the rematch, he predicted that Fury was going to batter him and stop him. And I remember him telling David, hey, in the first fight, he could stick his finger in Tyson Fury's stomach. That's how bad he was.
I messed up.
And then he said in the second fight, he was so confident he was willing to bet David Hay $100,000 that Fury was going to knock out Deontay.
Thank you for the correction. I totally forgot. Yeah, it was the first fight. My bad. So, but and even in the first fight, man, it was a draw, minus the knockdowns. Fury would have clearly won. So nonetheless, John Fury is a father, man. So he's just looking after his son. He's caring for his son. So I think he just wants the best for his son. And to be honest with you, I would have probably did the same thing. What John Fury saying, I would have probably gave up that WBC belt to fight AJ because it's a huge payday, right? And he knows.
But Fury wouldn't have been a diva if he did that, right?
No, it's different because Fury said he never cared about the belts. Fury, remember, he beat Klitschko and never defended his belts. So we already know these belts don't mean much to Fury. It's just it's just a means to an end. So Fury gets the AJ fight. Fury, you already know, even if Fury became undisputed.
Fury says everything. I'm sorry to cut you off. He even said he didn't care about the money at one point.
Yo, bro, you're breaking up the point that I was telling G at the gym yesterday. You can say something to cover all bases at some point.
Let's just keep it real. We know this is prize fighting. So that AJ fight is winning the lottery, right? So clearly that fight is more important to Tyson Fury than the WBC belt. So John Fury's right. Yo, just get that belt back to Wilder. Like, yo, fam, you can have this belt. I'm going to come get it after I get those belts from AJ. We could then do the trilogy for Undisputed or whatever. They could just do that.
You don't even got to chuck the belt in the bin because Mauricio Suleiman came out and said the WBC belt's not a part of the arbitration. So,
I'm just saying, Fury could just say, hey, I don't even want this belt. And that wouldn't surprise me at all. That seems like a Tyson Fury move. Like, yo, I don't want this belt here. Wilder, you can have it back with your broken self. And then he goes off, fights AJ in Saudi Arabia. And so that's why I see what John Fury's saying, because everything that he's saying technically makes sense. Why are you going backwards? Now if it's like, hey, for legal reasons, but I think John's like, yo, the guys that maybe you're around are setting you up. And think about it. Like, if you was his family members and you're like, hold on, you got an opportunity to make damn near $100 million and that's not happening because now you got to go back and fight Deontay Wilder for a third time. Come on, son. You be thinking like a Spirit G too. Like, yo, these people ain't got your back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it just seems so odd. So John Fury, everything that John Fury is saying, I actually agree with. Yo, man, you're better off just throwing away that WBC belt and getting that fight with AJ. Especially now that AJ is contemplating throwing away the WBO belt. Shoot, hey, hit up Saudi Arabia. Maybe we can still salvage something. Let's make this happen. Who knows? Let's make this happen.
All right, yo. So what happens if he gives up the belt, G? What happens with that? I just want to know why are you encouraging Tyson Fury to give up the WBC belt?
Oh, because now AJ don't want Undisputed. So I'm like, if nobody want Undisputed, man, then let's at least get the big fights. You know what I mean? And hold on, let me say this. I still think Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury is still a big fight, but clearly, AJ versus Tyson Fury is a bigger fight, So because everyone kind of already seen the Deontay Fury situation, we've seen two fights, So we kind of know what time it is with that, right? I'm hoping Deontay Wilder knocks him out this time, but let's just keep it real. It's a strong chance he still might lose. With AJ and Tyson Fury, we never seen them in the ring before, so that's more attractive to the eye. I know that's going to be something huge for the UK. You know what I mean? So, and if AJ is now on some, I don't need the WBO belt, I already know Tyson Fury never cared about any of the belts. He never cared about any of the belts. So let's just get the huge fight then. So that's why I could rock with John Fury on this one.
All right, TBE.
Yeah, we all wanted Tyson Fury to fight AJ, but y'all didn't have your ish together, and now we gotta deal with all of this bull crap. So at the end of the day, it's all like I just want to say this: y'all gypsies got a lot in common. Y'all let y'all dads come out and talk, like handle y'all battles, but
This guy's reckless.
The views and opinions of Ned do not reflect the Boxing Bros as a whole and all the other faces you see on the screen. Do you know that's not a gypsy thing? That's just a boxing thing.
Yeah, I know.
As dad, I think of like Jack Mosley. I think of Jab Judah's dad.
Yeah.
I think of all like Bill Haney right now. Angel Garcia.
It's
Right.
just a dad thing.
I know.
It's just a dad thing.
It was just Billy Joe.
Robert Guerrero's dad was like, yo, I just.
I know, it was just the Billy Joe Saunders situation was current, and then this now. So I just want to take the low road.
Self Ned, because we're gonna talk about Jean Pascal. So watch your mouth. I'm just saying.
But yeah, it's just at this point, man. Fury, you're all over the place. Hopefully, it doesn't backfire on you, man. You really might have just blown the biggest fight in your life just to go fight Wilder. And we don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Wilder's looking really good on video as of recent, and
sound like Ned's flip flopping.
Yeah, I might be taking the path of G, but we don't know. You just don't underestimate your opponents, man. Don't think Wilder's not really wants this get back and it's gonna come and take your head off. So, and you've been slimming down, so I don't know if you could pull the same tactics from the second fight that you did in I don't think you could do that with your size right now. So
How do you know that he's slimming down?
Man, we've seen the boy, man. He said he's been having 3-4 pints a day. He's been doing karaoke. He's not been worried about AJ, but
But that would be counterproductive to slimming down. That would
I'm saying he's been saying that, but he's been slimming down. He's been training really hard. We've seen him.
So you know how much Tyson Fury weighs right now?
No, we don't. But visual pictures.
You don't. You making these claims.
I'm just saying something to you. You do know that it's possible to slim down and still weigh the same. You do know that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, how do you know that Tyson Fury doesn't weigh the same? How do you know this? How do you know how much Tyson Fury weighs?
I'm just saying, from what I've seen, I don't know, but from what I've seen, Tyson Fury looks like he's been training well for the AJ fight.
So you don't think he's putting on more muscle?
He's the one who says he's not the bodybuilder type, so I don't think so. I think he's more
Fury. Got you.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
All right. So for me, I just think like this is a no-brainer. This is duh. This is what many people. That's what I've been saying. From the beginning, I feel like there's just a number of things that just doesn't sit right with me. And you look at Bob Arum, and he's supposed to do what's in the best interest of Tyson Fury. And you have the fight for Undisputed, the fight for the most money set up. And you know this already because they were supposed to be looking to set this up. And you agree and you do arbitration with Deontay Wilder. Mm-hmm. Now, again, you look at John Fury, he's saying, forget what they say. Fight AJ anyway. Throw the belt in the trash if you have to. Fight AJ. That's some smart logic. That's reasonable logic. That's what I thought. That's what everyone else thought. But for some reason, he wants to go in the ring with Deontay Wilder again. And he wants to fight him again. And, is he overconfident? I've been concerned about that. I've been saying the same thing. It's like, okay, you won the majority of the rounds you've been in the ring. Yeah, people bring up the fact that he knocked Tyson Fury down twice. That was Tyson Fury coming off a 2.5-year layoff, fighting him in his third fight in 9 months. Not the Tyson Fury that was rested. In the second fight, he didn't hurt Tyson Fury at all. So, like, you can keep going back to the first fight. That's not the same fighter. In the second fight, he didn't hurt Tyson Fury at all. And in the second round, he landed a few of those right hands. And it's still
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to get on Wilder because Wilder, I see you trying to improve, but Wilder's performance in that first fight made me pick Tyson Fury for the second fight. So I don't know why people bring up that first fight, like, you know, that was like a big thing, because that performance made me say, like, I don't think he can beat this guy a second time around. And that's what exactly happened. But go on, my brother.
Yeah, exactly. And people watching mitt work. Let me tell you something about mitt work. Mitt work is very deceiving. I know people who can throw double hooks on the mitts, can't do it on a punching bag, can't do it in the ring. I know people who can do all types of stuff on the mitts because the mitts become like a routine. It becomes like a dance. Like, you even look fast on the mitts, right? But when you hit the bag, you don't look that fast. And if you ever notice, like, Deontay Wilder showing you him doing all this mitt work or whatever, it's like chopped up, it's pieced up. But Fury will show you clips of him hitting the bag, like triple hooking the bag. A clip of Fury triple hooking the bag at his size, and I'm saying triple, he's really throwing like 5 hooks in a row at his size, is way more impressive. If you're a boxing mind, you understand that. His size, his speed, throwing 5 hooks on a heavy bag. That's more impressive than the pity pat stuff. Wilder, when they're face to face and they're lined up against each other and he can triple hook that way, what is Wilder doing? You understand? Like, again, I'm happy that Wilder's working on his craft as well, because the beating he got in the second fight finally taught him that he needs to learn how to box. Well, if he was listening in 2015, when I was saying it, when Trill was saying it, then he would have been in better position when he fought Fury in 2019. But in 2015, when I was saying Deontay Wilder need to learn how to box, I was being labeled a hater. Trill was being labeled a hater, and all the Wilder fans were saying, "Oh, right hand of God, all he needs is 2 seconds." So it sounds like I was the real Wilder fan, and Trill was the real Wilder fan, and these people weren't. When I was telling Deontay Wilder he should accept the deal with DAZN and fight Anthony Joshua for guaranteed money, I was told, no, he can do this and do that, and then he's going to make $100 million. And when he fought Tyson Fury, when he selected Tyson Fury as the guy to fight, I said, bad decision. Everyone here can tell you from the first fight, I said Tyson Fury is going to beat him because he can't box, and Tyson Fury is a freak of nature. His size, his boxing ability, I said that's a bad pick. I told everyone, Fury cherry-picked Wilder. Oh, ha, 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 right hand of God. Until it wasn't. Right? And now look at him. I've been saying all this stuff for years. I've been labeled as a hater. Although, I'm going to say this. There have been people who come on our show and go so hard for Wilder but bootleg his fights. I have never bootlegged. I have never bootlegged a Wilder fight in my life.
I support Wilder.
I've watched every single Wilder fight on the network or by ordering the pay-per-view. But somehow I'm a Wilder hater. See, that's what I mean. You can support Wilder in your comment sections, right? You can write all the tough comments, but you bootleg his fight. You're the snake. You're the rat. I wonder where's all the support for Wilder that he gets in the comment section when it's time to show his pay-per-view buys. Same with Terrence Crawford. Yo, Terrence Crawford got a gang of people in the comment section. Y'all don't buy his fight. If y'all bought his fight, we would have the Earl Spence fight already because he would have an argument for 50-50. If y'all so-called Deontay Wilder fans were buying his fight, he would have fought AJ when we wanted him to fight AJ because he would have had an argument for 50-50. All y'all do is talk black, pro-black crap in the comment section. You talk pro-black, but then you try to disrespect a black man when he sounds intelligent. You talk pro-black, but you don't act pro-black when it's time. You talk pro-black, but you attack me in the comment section because I'm light-skinned. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are the biggest fraud clowns that I've ever seen. You just want to talk it. You want to present yourself as it. You want to act like it, but you don't do anything when it's time. Anything when it's time. I saw the petition that young Pharaoh put out, needed 15,000 signatures. Y'all couldn't even get 8,000 together. You know what I'm saying? But those Glovegate videos get a lot of views though. Y'all, but when it's time to sign the signature, you can't even get 15,000. You guys are clowns. For real, clowns. This is what I'm talking about.
Yo, but can I small interjection? I'm just noticing that Ned couldn't look at you this whole time you was presenting. I'm just saying.
I'm listening. I'm just
Don't make it seem like Ned. Don't make it seem like Ned's the only one who does like bootleg the fights, because you'd be surprised to know the faces that come on this screen and go hard for Wilder that bootleg his fights.
And I make it known I bootleg fights. I ain't watch your mouth.
That's why.
Ain't nothing wrong with bootlegging.
But Ned don't act like he's the president of Wilder fan club.
Nah, but he acts like that for AJ, and I know.
I watch AJ's fight.
I don't know that Ned's ever bootlegged AJ.
I never bootleg AJ.
I know.
Every time it was at your house, I watch it on the zone. I watch it fight on the zone.
Oh, who's the zone account you got?
Yeah, that ain't bootlegging. That's
okay. All right.
That's sharing.
Why you trying to put Ned out there?
Look mighty guilty when you was talking because Ned couldn't look at the screen.
Nah, I was just looking at some stuff, but you know, mind your business.
I'm just saying all this to say, at the end of the day, man,
support the fighters.
Yeah, but not to say to support the fighters, to just get to, because you can say I've been saying support the fighters for the longest time. Wilder fans only write comments and like posts. They don't buy fights. Prove me wrong. 1 million buys. 1 million buys on July 24th. If Wilder doesn't get 1 million buys, if Wilder Fury the trilogy doesn't break 1 million buys, the second fight didn't. But if it doesn't break 1 million buys, all you Wildettes of the world, find the tallest building in your area, get to the top of it, and jump off before you ever say anything to me. If Wilder Fury 3 doesn't break 1 million buys, because we know Fury's going to pull him in for his people. I believe in the UK it broke 1 million buys. Here in the United States, though, of the great champion, the brother man, Miss Pro Black, everything black, blackity black, the black, y'all. Yo, if this fight doesn't break 1 million buys, all y'all shut the hell up, you phony preachers, no members having clowns. Shut up, all of you. So this is my challenge to the brother man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see 1 million US buys for this because y'all wanted it. Y'all spreaded this Glovegate conspiracy. Y'all did all this. Can't even get 15,000 signatures for a petition. Pathetic. Y'all better buy this fight. So the point that I'm making right now is this. If I'm John Fury, you're dang right I'm upset. How can Tyson Fury get up for a fight where he battered a man so badly he fired his head trainer because he believed he poisoned his water? His other trainer said that the suit was too heavy. His brother came out, said they performed an autopsy on him.
He died.
He released a video calling the referee a crab in the barrel ref, okay, and said that he was poisoned and that it was an egg weight in his hand and all this. You did all that. And when the bell sounds, Malik can say he want retribution all he want. Fury already busted both his eardrums in the sparring session. That's why he called him Malik the B. So when the bell sounds and Tyson Fury's opposite Deontay Wilder, and that 6'10", 6'11" frame is coming towards him again to batter him again, all that stuff he was saying is going to go out the window. I'm just going to say this.
You forgot another excuse. The newest one. Wilder got COVID. That's why he lost that fight.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, look. Listen.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, yo, Wilder got COVID before they could.
I'm even making this up.
Wilder got COVID before they could test for it. Like, yo, listen. Whatever y'all want, all the excuses you make. I'm just going to say this much. Tyson Fury, if you win again, I just want you to take off your gloves. Go like this. Cut off your wraps. Go straight to the athletic commission and say, examine these. And then sign them and give them to Wilder. That's all I want you to do if you win again. But I'm going to close it like this. Like Trill said, I really don't care anymore. I honestly feel like Fury is okay. I'm not saying that he was playing. I don't know. I'm not in his head. But he's okay with fighting Wilder a third time. He doesn't seem too frustrated about it. So he's okay with it. Wilder is okay with it. So all I need to see is 1 million American pay-per-view buys from the pro-black contingent, and we Gucci.
Let's see what happens on the next episode as the heavyweights turn. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
You're welcome.